An absolutely gorgeous night here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox and Oakland Athletics conclude this 3-game series. The Red Sox trying to salvage 1 win against an Oakland team that has won 4 straight and 6 of its last 7. The Athletics now a season high 18 games over 500. And their starting lineup tonight is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Mark Ellis, the second baseman, leads off. Ray Durham, the DH, batting second. Hitting third, the shortstop Miguel Tejada. He's knocked in 15 runs in his last 10 games. David Justice, the left fielder and cleanup hitter. Eric Chavez at third base. Jermaine Dye, the right fielder, will hit 6th. Then last night's defensive hero for Oakland, Terrence Long, in center field. Scott Hatteberg at first base. And the catcher tonight is Greg Myers. He'll hit 9th against Derek Lowe.
15 wins for Derek Lowe, one of 3 15-game winners in the league. Barry Zito with 15, Pedro Martinez 15, and Derek Lowe. He still leads with a 2.13 ERA. Derek is 2-0 this year against the Athletics with a 1.69 ERA. What a pitching matchup this should be tonight.
Derek trying to become the first 16-game winner in the American League, as is Barry Zito. They're both tied with Pedro Martinez for the league lead. First pitch, a strike to Mark Ellis. Ellis hitting .280, 4 homers and 17 runs batted in. Chopper foul wide of third, past the far end of the Oakland dugout. And Ellis is quickly in the hole. And a chopper slowly down the third base line. Shea Hillenbrand to Tony Clark. He's out on a bang-bang play. Let's give you the rest of the Red Sox defense tonight. The left fielder is Manny Ramirez. The center fielder Johnny Damon. And in right, Trot Nixon. Shea Hillenbrand, Omar Garcia-Parra, Ray Sanchez, and Tony Clark the infield. And Jason Varitek is behind the plate. Mike Winters, the home plate umpire, with Jerry Davis, Dan Iasonia, and Greg Gibson around the bases. Ray Durham, the newcomer to the Oakland Athletics, came over from Chicago a couple of days before the trade deadline for a minor league pitcher, hitting .295, 10 homers and 53 runs batted in for Durham. He's appeared in 9 games for Oakland and has hit .263. He turned a bunt and looked at a strike. There's Durham, a second baseman in Chicago. But in Ellis, they have a better defensive player, so he's been the DH. They needed to improve their offense. He's a good offensive player. He's out on the ground ball to Sanchez at second, and that's a good omen for Derek Lowe. A couple of ground balls to start the night.
As I mentioned in the open too, Sean, you would expect both managers to play for 1 run early in this ball game if they get the opportunity. Bring infield in if there's a man on third base. They both figure this is going to be a low-scoring ball game, and both guys don't really manage that way. They don't sacrifice very much, but I would expect that in this one tonight.
Now Miguel Tejada. He's had a quiet series, 1 for 9. He takes a strike. He's been as hot as just about anybody in baseball. His average up to .299, 25 homers, 92 runs batted in. On a pace for 200 hits this year. He's hit .315 since the All-Star break. He's moved into a tie for second in the American League in ribbies, 4 behind the league leader, Alex Rodriguez. Tied with Maglio Ordonez, and Nomar Garcia-Parra is right there as well.
3 shortstops in the top 4 in the American League in RBI.
Tejada had a 24-game hitting streak that came to an end 4 days ago. That's the longest hitting streak in the American League this year. Even in the count now, 2-2.
It ended right here at Fenway Park on a sacrifice fly to right field. Drove in a run, but ended a hitting streak.
Swing and a miss. A good sinker from Lowe. He has an easy 1-2-3 first inning. After half inning, Oakland nothing. The Red Sox coming up. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network. Nomar Garcia-Parra, the shortstop. Manny Ramirez in left field tonight. He's the cleanup hitter. Cliff Floyd will be the DH. Jason Varitek catching and batting sixth. Then Shea Hillenbrand, who's done plenty of damage to Oakland this season, the third baseman, batting seventh. Tony Clark at first, and Ray Sanchez, the second baseman, will hit ninth against the talented young lefty Barry Zito.
2.96 ERA, sixth best in the American League, 222 batting average against fourth best. The only negative from his numbers, the 19 home runs. That leads the Athletics in that category.
Damon ran up to bunt, and it's strike one on Johnny. Hitting .298, 10 homers and 53 runs batted in. And big breaking ball inside. One ball and one strike. No scores. The Red Sox bat in the bottom of the first. On an absolutely perfect night. 74 degrees, the game time temperature. Breeze out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour. Now the play to the left. Damon has put together a 9-game hitting streak. He extended that streak with a triple last night. Fastball up and in.
Barry Zito really has been hot since the All-Star break. A 4-1 record with a 1.07 ERA. He's 1-0 this year against the Red Sox. 8 scoreless innings earlier this season.
A little pop fly to left. An easy play for David Justice. One out. Let's give you the rest of the Oakland defense. Justice in left field with Terrence Long in center and Jermaine Dye in right. Eric Chavez, Miguel Tejada, Mark Ellis, and Scott Hatteberg the infield from third to first, and Greg Myers is behind the plate. Here's Trot Nixon. He's hit safely in his last 3. His average back up to .274, 18 homers and 64 runs batted in. Strike one on Nixon.
See a couple of lefties at the top of the lineup for the Red Sox. Unusual numbers. Lefties have hit better. .287 against Zito. Right-handers only .209.
A strike, 1-1. Zito just 24 years old, born in Las Vegas. Grew up in California, went to high school in San Diego. Check swing and a tapper foul. He went on to UC Santa Barbara as a freshman, transferred to Pierce Junior College as a sophomore, then went to USC in Los Angeles as a junior. And was a first-team All-American in college baseball in that junior season. And he has the personality, from what they tell us, of a Southern Californian, a little bit on the flaky side, you might say.
Very laid back, but very intense when he's on the mound. He's got one of those knee-buckling curveballs. Terrific curveball.
And off to a great start in his career. 26-5 over his last 37 regular season starts, dating back to the end of July last year. And he's been the main man in their rotation this year. Mulder and Hudson haven't been quite as good as they have been in the immediate past. The ball. Mulder's had some injury problems. That's Hudson with the bubble gum. They got a well-pitched game last night from their number 5 starter, Aaron Harang. Apparently Trot did not get a piece of that. He was looking at the home plate umpire as if to say that's a foul tip, wasn't it? But he didn't convince Mike Winters, and he didn't really argue. So Perhaps he was just trying to steal the call. Unsuccessfully so. A strikeout for Zito. And 2 down here in the first.
No contact at all by Nixon. That was a changeup from Zito to pick up the strikeout. His strikeout high in the season is 11.
But he did that against Tampa Bay, so that doesn't count.
Put an asterisk next to it?
Yeah, put a big one next to that. He had 10 against Toronto. We'll count that one. Here's Garciaparra. First ball swinging, a foul ball out of play to the right. 309 for Nomar, 19 homers and 91 runs batted in. 4th in the league in ribbies, 5 behind the league leader, Alex Rodriguez. A foul ball and a count of 0-2. In limited action, decent numbers for Garciaparra against Zito, the 3 for 9, including a homer. Nomar is riding a 6-game hitting streak right now, during which he's hit .478. That is nasty. Big breaking ball for strike 3, 2 strikeouts in the inning. As you might expect, each pitcher had a 1-2-3 first.
Polyunsaturated.
P-O.
Gingivitis.
G.
Pungent.
P-U-N-G.
Halitosis.
A.
Hyperventilate.
V-I-H-Y-U-T-I-N-N-T-D.
Sweet dreams.
S-W-E.
There's a better way to get to Washington, D.C. Fly to Baltimore Washington International on Southwest.
Here's to the people in the neighborhood. Here's to our heroes doing so much good.
McDonald's presents the All-American Summer. Hot off our new tastes menu, it's the big grilled hot dog with all the trimmings. Or the new summertime burger with red onions, sweet pickles, and mustard. Here for a limited time only.
Here's to the good old USA. Here's to the American way.
Water and skiing, racing and winning. Great matches, but here's the best. The Dodge down payment matchup. Put $1,000 down and we'll match it. Plus, get up to $2,500 cash allowance for a total down payment of $4,500. Or get 0% APR on select vehicles. And Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. Making it easier to grab life in a Durango, Dakota, Stratus Coupe, or sedan. Great products, great protection, great values. Because it's about great matches, like the open road and a Dodge.
2 strikeouts for Barry Zito in the first inning. Got Nixon on a changeup and a nasty curveball to get Garciaparra. And you don't normally see Nomar take that awkward a swing against a left-handed pitcher. Good example of how nasty that breaking ball is from Barry Zito.
No score, second inning. Middle third of the order coming up against Derek Lowe. He had an easy 1-2-3 first, including a strikeout. David Justice took a strike. He's slumping, 1 for 8 in the series, 3 for his last 20 overall. His average down to .266, 6 homers and 28 runs batted in. In another injury-plagued season for Justice, he missed some time back in May with a strained right groin. His 3rd stint on the DL in the last 2 years. Borderline strike. Mike Winters pondered that one for a moment. And now Justice voices his displeasure.
Well, Sean, for a baseball fan, last night's finish was about as exciting as you could get here at Fenway Park. Looks like the Red Sox had a win. Terrence Long took it right away from him.
Down to third, dropped by Hillenbrand. He kicked it for a moment, but fortunately he didn't kick it away from himself. He threw out Justice for the first out of the inning.
Last night, Shea Hillenbrand with an error at third base kind of gave the Oakland Athletics an extra out. And then Jermaine Dye followed this with a home run to put a couple of quick ones on the board. Shea that time knocking down the line drive and throwing Justice out at first base.
Now Chavez lines one over the head of Ramirez and off the scoreboard. Played cleanly by Manny. That'll hold Chavez to a wall single. His first hit in the series. That ends an 0 for 10 drought for Eric. And he's the first base runner of the ball game with one out in the Oakland second.
Eric Chavez has always been a very difficult matchup for Derek Lowe. 455 coming into the game tonight against Lowe. He takes that sinker down and away and plants it hard off the left field scoreboard. So hard, only a single out of it.
Now Jermaine Dye. As Jerry mentioned, he homered last night, one of the big hits in the game. Well pitched game on both sides by Harang and John Burkett. The homer for Dye, his 12th of the year, his 6th in the last 24 games. He had homered just 6 times in 61 games before the All-Star break. Has had 6 in 24 games since the All-Star break. He still does not seem to be the same player that he was before he broke his leg on a foul ball at the end of last season. He has really been blossoming into an outstanding major league hitter, and you hope that his career won't be damaged too much by that injury. He gets a greater distance away from it, the productivity will start to come back.
Well, the most noticeable thing is watching him move around the outfield. Obviously not running as well as he once did before the leg injury. Maybe in time that will come back to him. It takes a while. Well, that's a very serious injury he went through.
And the 2-1 to Dye. Chopper down to third. Nice play on the leap by Hillenbrand. Sanchez bobbled the ball, but it is an out. A nice leaping stop by Hillenbrand. And a good job handling a bit of a low throw by Sanchez.
Very unusual to see a ball bounce that high, especially when it hits off the grass. Sanchez right there trying to make the transfer quickly to get the double play. Couldn't get the handle on the baseball. He barely had it in the glove. Very close to whether he had possession of that or not.
Now it's Dye at first and 2 outs in a scoreless game in the second inning. Here's Terrence Long, the villain last night. He heard some boos as he just stepped in. He made the great catch to preserve the Oakland victory last night. 248 for Long. 8 homers and 44 runs batted in. He's been scuffling lately, just 1 for 9 in the series. And 6 for his last 31 over the last 8 games. That's a 194 average. And here's a look back. Saw the police officer in the bullpen. He thinks the Red Sox have won it. And he had a pretty good view of it. But Long seemingly came out of nowhere, delighting Billy Koch and Jermaine Dye, and they celebrated like they won the World Series. On the ground on the right side, Sanchez couldn't get there. Had a long way to go, went as fast as he could, went into the dive, but didn't get it. That's the second hit for Oakland.
That's interesting, Sean. After that catch, Fenway Park just went completely quiet, stunned that Long made that catch. And of course, in typical New England fashion, when he got close to their dugout, the fans behind third base were giving him a standing ovation for the outstanding play that he made.
And the fans here have always been great, even through their disappointment at saluting an outstanding play by the opponent. And that was an outstanding play. And it turned out to be a heartbreaking loss for the Red Sox. Scott Hatteberg took a strike. He's hitting .260 with 12 homers and 44 runs batted in. We were talking yesterday about the lack of dramatic game-winning plays, hits, defensive plays for the Red Sox this year. They haven't had many dramatic finishes to win ball games, and they very nearly had last night.
You know, when that ball left the bat from Ramirez, I didn't think it had enough to get out of the ballpark, but the breeze was blowing out toward the bullpen, and it looked like it got caught up a bit in the breeze, and then all of a sudden you look up and say, man, that's going to be a game winner. And all of a sudden shows up Terrence Long from center field.
I think Manny has better power to right center field now with the new hairdo. Outside, 1-2. Hanneberg's average has gone steadily down every month. He had 299 in April, 269 in May, 264 in June, 205 in July. And he's out on a fastball right down the middle. So 2 hits in the inning, but no damage done to Derek Lowe. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox Television Network.
Important stories.
The MBTA has a lot of experience.
You're watching WBGR TV Bangor. Share the wonder.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
Webb's RV Bangor can get you rolling and keep you rolling with the best RV deals in the entire Northeast. A huge selection, plus parts, service, and price. It's all at Webb's RV Bangor.
They've got the sharpest, I say the sharpest. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
The coffee pot's always on, neighbor, so come on down.
Kubota's powerful M110 and M120 mid-size tractors are loaded with big tractor features like a 16-bit microprocessor for smooth hydraulic clutch operation. You can turn on a dime with our exclusive bi-speed turn, and with a 5-cylinder turbocharged direct-injected diesel engine, this tractor will perform any task. You get the big tractor features without the big tractor price. Experience the Kubota M110 and M120 mid-size tractor at Doors Equipment, Outer Hammond Street, Bangor. The name you trust for outdoor equipment, Doors Equipment.
Eastern Log Homes has been manufacturing quality homes for almost 30 years. Located in Kenduskeag, our knowledgeable representatives work directly with you to design your log home exactly the way you want it to be. Crafted in our state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, Northeastern Log Homes have warmth, comfort, and natural beauty. Want to learn more? Give us a call at 1-800-624-2797.
Northeastern Log Homes, building your dreams from our experience.
Of this weekend's special event in the sky. That's tonight after the game on Fox 25 News at 10. But the only thing that moves faster than those meteor showers is Jerry Remy after the game ends, leaving the booth and heading for his car. Are you a candidate for president in 2004, Jerry? You want to announce your candidacy tonight?
I'm going to have to see what the field looks like first. Still have time. Maybe looking for a job in 2004. Who knows?
Manny Ramirez, the leadoff hitter, and Barry Zito's first pitch of the second is high.
Look at this. Look at this run now. This is after a pregame ceremony, and here's my partner rushing to get back up to the booth because he knows I cannot handle one play of play-by-play. That's quite a run.
Yeah, I want to thank Steve, too. He saw me talk to him on the way off the field. He was nice enough to have them hold the elevator. Didn't make the patrons too happy coming to the park. We're waiting for him. We'll show you some highlights of that ceremony in a little while. 2-0 on Ramirez, hitting .315, 18 homers, and 59 runs batted in. Cliff Floyd and Jason Varitek to follow. 3-0. Here it comes, Jerry. Oh, just off to our right. Over near the radio booth, Joe Castiglione is greatly amused, sitting alongside Jim Lonborg. And we congratulate Gentleman Jim, Dr. Jim Lonborg. It was announced today that he will be inducted into the Red Sox Hall of Fame, deservedly so, at the enshrinement ceremony on November 14th at the Heinz Convention Center here in Boston. Ball 4 outside. That's the first base runner for the Red Sox. And is there a nicer man alive than Jim Lonborg?
No, terrific guy. Certainly enjoyed seeing him at the Ted Williams ceremony here earlier.
The designated hitter.
Nasty right-hander. 3/4 with a nasty slider, and he'd knock you on your backside in a second.
Well, for such a soft-spoken man, and he is, we'll talk with him later on, he had a different demeanor and temperament on the field.
All business.
Jim still a practicing dentist down on the South Shore, and I was at a AA All-Star game a couple of weeks ago down in Norwich, Connecticut. Floyd hits it hard to the ground off the glove of Ellis in a shallow right field. Ramirez turns for third. He'll make it without a throw. And the Red Sox have something percolating here in the second. Runners at first and third, and nobody out.
Cliff Floyd picks up his first Fenway Park base hit as a member of the Red Sox, just deflected by Mark Ellis, a second baseman. You know, I think this is a good idea, Sean. Not familiar with a lot of the American League pitches. As being a DH, he can sit in that clubhouse and he can watch the pitcher work these other hitters instead of being out there in left field. The ball hit hard and knocked down by Ellis, but it's certainly a base hit for Cliff Floyd. Ramirez will make it all the way to third base. Didn't even need any help from his third base coach. He knew where the right fielder was playing, knew he could make it easily.
Well, a chance to grab the early lead here. No score in the second, first and third, and nobody out for Jason Varitek. After that 16-game hitting streak, he's cooled off. His average down to .281. 8 homers and 44 runs batted in. A ball high, 2-0. I was starting to say, I heard Jim Lonborg speak at the AA All-Star Game luncheon. It was a game that was being sponsored by the campaign against smokeless tobacco, and he spoke very passionately and eloquently about the damage that he's seen through his dental practice that has been done to a lot of people, a lot of young people, especially through the use of smokeless tobacco products. The 2-0 to Varitek. Change up and a strike.
Getting back to that Cliff Floyd point, Sean, he was originally in the lineup as the left fielder tonight and then switched late to DH. Now, I don't know what the reason for that is. It happened very late. But I think it's a great idea to let him sit in the clubhouse and watch Zito pitch on television, get a little bit better idea.
Driven to center, deep enough to score Ramirez. Long the catch. Floyd went back to tag, but he won't try to go to second, and the Red Sox lead 1-0. A sacrifice fly for Jason Varitek, his 45th run batted into the year.
One thing the Red Sox have to do when you're facing pitchers like Mulder and Zito, you get opportunities to score a few runs early in the ballgame. You've got to be able to do that, because once you let them off the hook, they get awfully tough as the game goes on. Deep enough, certainly, for Varitek to get home Ramirez. The Red Sox take the 1-0 lead.
And that's been the key in this series, particularly against Mulder in the early innings the other night. It wound up being a one-sided game, but had the Red Sox capitalized on some of those early opportunities, it might have been a different story.
Yeah, Red Sox had a chance against Mulder to put 3 or 4 on the board quick.
Shea Hillenbrand, the hitter, at .310. 16 homers, 65 driven in for Hillenbrand. There's a base hit. He got jammed, but strong enough to fist that through the left side. That's the second hit of the inning for the Red Sox.
That was the 140th hit for Shea Hillenbrand on the season. That puts him tied for 4th in the league with Randy Wynn. Fastball inside, jams Hillenbrand, gets it about the label of the bat, but still muscles that ball in the left field between third and short for the base hit.
Here's Tony Clark, pretty much platooning at first base these days with Brian Daubach. The switch hitter Clark Starting against the left-handed pitchers, and he takes a breaking ball from Zito for strike one. 222 the average for Clark. 3 homers and 27 runs batted in. Daubach an onlooker at the start of this one. Chop foul.
Last time we saw Tony Clark in action was down in Texas, and I thought he had a major blowout of a hamstring. He was limping off the field, but it ended up being more of a cramp than anything else.
That can happen in that Texas heat. Red Sox lead 1-0. They're looking for more with 2 men on and 1 out in the second. High fastball, and Clark could not get to it. That's the 3rd strikeout of the night for Barry Zito.
3 strikeouts for Zito, 130 now on the season. Puts him 3rd in the league behind Pedro, who's running away with it. Roger Clemens 2nd, and now Zito 3rd. Upstairs, that's what they like to do to Clark, broke from the right side and the left side. Elevate that fastball when they get ahead of him. Dead low ball hitter.
You mentioned Clemens. He made a nice return to action.
Yeah, that was scary, Sean. He looked pretty good.
7 very strong innings for the Yankees last night against Kansas City. They got Mariano Rivera back today. Here's Ray Sanchez hitting .294, a homer and 26 runs batted in. Ray's 1 for 6 in the series. Ray's been an excellent hitter all year long with men in scoring position, hitting .404. He's 21 for 52. Right off the end of the bat, a lot of spin on it, knocked down by Hatteberg. He flips to Zito for the out. Red Sox get 1, even though they didn't really hit the ball very hard in that inning. Against Zito, they scratch for a run and lead 1-0. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television.
You're watching WBGR TV Bangor. Share the wonder.
It's the time of year to enjoy the wonderful Maine weather. You can enjoy it even more with a beautiful used vehicle from Best Buy Auto Sales. You'll drive away with confidence since each vehicle is fully inspected and serviced. And at Best Buy Autos, we back each vehicle with a full 60-day warranty. Enjoy the summer, and Andrew has one thing to add.
You don't have to tow them off the lot here. Keep your socks on.
Corinth True Value Hardware Store has all the right stuff to help you start and complete your next home repair or your next major building project. From the nuts and bolts to put it together to the finishing touch with True Value quality paints, such as Easy Care, Weatherall, Woodsman, and Cabot Stains. They have it. Let the friendly, knowledgeable staff make your life easy, just like Miss Kitty's. Corinth True Value Hardware Store, Main Street, Corinth, where help is just around the corner.
Yes! No! Whoa!
What are you doing?
Oh, man! Kasparov is kicking the snot out of McGroody! Give me some! Yeah. Oh!
Kasparov attacks on his knife, claiming the castle, a formidable move at this point in the match.
Go, baby! Go, baby! Go, baby!
You want real sports? You want the Sports Zone. AM 620 WZON.
For the 3rd, a reminder fans the start time of this Saturday's Red Sox-Twins game is 1:15. Since the game will be picked up nationally by Fox Network, the start time will be early in the afternoon and not at 5 o'clock. The game can be seen right here on Fox 25.
Will you be calling that game?
Yes, I will. I'll be analyzing it, or trying to.
You'll be providing your usual cogent commentary. Greg Myers, the veteran catcher, leads off. He's hitting .228. He looked at a curveball for strike 1. 5 homers, 17 runs batted in for Myers. Sinker to Lowe. 1-1. Lowe gave up 2 singles last inning. And struck out Scott Hatteberg with a couple of men on to end the inning as the A's left 2. We'll face Myers, then the top of the order again, Mark Ellis and Ray Durham. He tried to check his swing. It's a strike. Myers has been around Toronto, the Angels, Minnesota, Atlanta, San Diego, back to Atlanta, Baltimore, and now Oakland. Broke into the major leagues back in 1987. Now 36 years old.
Derek Lowe is now working on a streak of 26 scoreless innings.
I hope you didn't just gouty him there, partner.
Well, you got to let it out.
Don't kill the messenger, right? It's our job to inform. Strike 3. I got a letter from a young fan, Michael O'Toole. Looks like a young fan based on the handwriting. He's very mad at me for mentioning that Derek had pitched 3 perfect innings at the start of the game, because then he hit one of the Texas Rangers in the 4th inning.
Hit A-Rod, yeah. So he's thinking no-hitter right from the 3rd on. Perfect game.
Yeah, Michael was very optimistic very early. He's from Canton. I want to thank him for the letter. Mark Ellis grounded out. Dear Sean McDonough, on August 2nd, 2002, before the start of the bottom half of the 4th, you said Derek Lowe has pitched 3 perfect innings. You are not supposed to say that. You jinxed him, because later he threw a pitch and it hit Ivan Rodriguez. Do not say that again. You should apologize to Derek Lowe and the Red Sox. Sincerely, Michael O'Toole. So, Michael, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize to you and Derek, the Red Sox, and Red Sox Nation everywhere. I'm glad I've gotten that off my chest now, Jerry. Thank you.
I know that's been bothering you ever since you got that letter.
Two and two now. And I also want Michael to know a valuable lesson early in life. Take the time to write a letter. Perhaps you'll get a response. Of course, if we send it to you, it'll be in the trash can. Foul ball.
No, that's not.
No, you answer all your mail. I watch you diligently up here, day after day, signing cards and pictures.
We got to be careful of those letters that don't have a return address on them. Those are the ones that usually hit the file.
Yes, yes. So you have a great autograph name because it's short. You know, both first and last name pretty short there. Your distinctive penmanship. Do you have a medical background? Did you ever go to medical school with that handwriting?
You know, actually, in grammar school, I had excellent penmanship. I used to get terrific grades in it, but it's deteriorated over the years.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Pulled to short, and Omar had to avoid a collision with Hillenbrand, and he threw out Ellis. A nice play. 2 outs here in the 3rd. The Red Sox are on top, 1-0.
Well, again, as we mention, every time Derek Lowe pitches, those infielders know that if he's going to be on tonight, we're going to be very busy, and that certainly has been the case. Garciaparra charging the ball hard, the off-balance sidearm throw. He makes that play better than anybody in baseball. Matter of fact, he's more comfortable making that type of play than a ball right at him.
The ball low. Ray Durham grounded to second in the 1st inning. It's a typical Derek Lowe night so far. Every out for the A's has been on either a ground out or a strikeout. The 2-0 to Durham. Good sinker. 2-1.
Even there, Sean, in the hitter's count, 2 balls, no strike, gets the fastball, but the late sink on that pitch, and Durham swinging right on top of it.
Line to left. And in for a hit. So Durham has now hit safely in 9 of his 10 starts since coming over to Oakland from Chicago.
Athletics are last in the league in steals, but they have added some speed with Durham. He has 20. Has been thrown out 6 times, because most of those 20 coming as a member of the Chicago White Sox. And see if he's active here with 2 outs to try to get in scoring position. Of course, you got the big home run hitter coming to the plate, but Derek Lowe does not give up that many home runs.
Derek's given up 5 homers all year. In fact, all 20 of Durham's stolen bases have come with Oakland. Excuse me, with Chicago. He does not have one for Oakland in 9 games plus. Tejada struck out swinging to win the first. When we talk about the shortstops, the great shortstops in the American League, should we add Tejada into the conversation with the big 3?
Absolutely. 299 average, 25 home runs, 92 RBI, very solid defensively with a great throwing arm. Hits 3rd now in this Oakland lineup, and he's still getting better.
He moved into the number 3 spot in their batting order in mid-May, and he has more runs batted in the 3 hole than any hitter in the American League since then. Of course, Nomar, the number 3 hitter, more often than not for the Red Sox, and A-Rod hits 3rd for Texas. And since he became a number 3 hitter, he's had more runs batted in than both of them. And there's the count in his favor. 2-0.
Red Sox have tried to keep the ball away with success in this series against Tejada.
And he takes the pitch into right field. Durham will stop at second as Nixon played it cleanly. So the Athletics are trying to get something done with 2 outs here. Back-to-back singles by Durham and Tejada.
2-0, an inside-out swing that time by Tejada.
Number 23.
Gets the fastball out over the plate and shoots it quickly to the right side past Sanchez. Not trying to hit a home run on the 2-0 count. Just took inside-out swing, hands inside the baseball, and hits it hard to right field.
Here's David Justice. He grounded to 3rd in the 2nd inning. Ball 1. This is really not an imposing lineup. When you look up and down this Oakland batting order, they certainly miss Jason Giambi. It would certainly help their cause the rest of the way if a guy like Justice, certainly capable of putting up good numbers, could get it going.
What they do, Sean, they work pitches pretty well. They try to get a lot of hitters counts. They walk a lot, and they hit a lot of home runs. 142 on the season, 3rd most in the league, behind the Yankees and the Texas Rangers.
Swing and a miss. Chavez and Tejada, their big home run hitters, 49 combined. The 2-1 to Justice. Strike at the knees. He had a pitch just like that called a strike in his first at bat and didn't like it. And he's mumbling at Mike Winters again about that pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. We're in the top of the 3rd. The Red Sox lead 1-0. Little pop-up behind second base. Garcia Parra makes the catch. And Oakland leads 2 more. They've stranded 4 in the last 2 innings. On to the home half of the 3rd at Fenway Park. 1-0 Red Sox.
Guys, just stop for a second. To my man T. On his last night of freedom. Guys, who could that be, huh?
We see some noise complaints.
Well, hello, officer.
All right, guys. We can either do this the easy way or the hard way.
The hard way!
We're going to need the paddy wagon.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Hello?
All together now. 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 All together now.
Make progress every day. Verizon.
Hurry in now for big closeout deals on every 2002 Mercury in stock. Get 0% APR financing on this versatile Mountaineer, 0% APR on this value pack Sable, even 0% APR on this VA-powered Grand Marquis. Announcing 0% APR financing for up to 60 months or up to $3,500 cash back on selected 2002 Mercuries. The Mercury model year closeout. Big savings on every model for everyone at your Mercury dealer now.
Before tonight's game, a ceremony on the field in celebration of Boston's designation as the best sports city in North America for 2002 was selected by the Sporting News. Mayor Menino addressed the crowd. Certainly has been a great year in Boston sports. And our city has been recognized, deservedly so I might add, by the Sporting News. And we're delighted to welcome Bob Hilley, executive editor of the Sporting News. How do we win this? Who decides that Boston is the best sports city for 2002?
Just those winning teams. They just keep on winning. You know, you got to get things rolling here with the Red Sox a little bit. But you know what? You start with the Patriots. You go with the Bruins in the regular season. The Celtics, nice playoff run. A couple of NCAA tournament teams. And all of a sudden, you've got a really good sports year on your hands.
Is that pretty much the criteria? I know you have a formula that you compile it all together and decide which city had the best sports year. But what are some of the other factors just beyond the winning and losing of your teams?
Well, you do look at the win-loss records, the playoff berths, the championships, those sort of things. But then we kind of try and get our hands around the things that make a great sports city. And obviously the fans here are part of it. Fenway Park is part of it. The Fleet Center, you know, just the atmosphere. Clearly it goes beyond just the games on the field themselves. You know, the city and the region is just absorbed.
There's a base hit in the center for Johnny Damon. He's 1 for 2. The leadoff single against Barry Zito. That's the Red Sox 3rd hit. And Damon now has hit in 10 straight games.
How far down the list did New York go?
Well, I think they were like 3 or 4 down the list, you know,
okay,
so
well,
everybody should be happy. Yeah, that's right. It's a beautiful day when Boston's #1 and New York is dropping on the list, right?
That's right. I felt bad for Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Jerry. They had 301 cities. Basically, anybody with a professional sports team, if you had a training camp in your city, you qualify. A Division I college program, and Pine Bluff, Arkansas was number 301.
You got to understand, though, that there are 301 cities and towns on the list, but there are hundreds of them that don't even make the list. Mm-hmm. So even though we don't call it the worst sports city, we call it the least best sports city. How's that for a nice spin, huh?
Now, do you worry that maybe your subscriptions will drop off in places like Pine Bluff?
Both of them.
Yeah. Trot Nixon, the batter. Damon being held at first. Johnny with 26 stolen bases and has been thrown out just 5 times. Damon is tied with Ichiro for 4th in the American League in steals, just 5 behind the league leader Alfonso Soriano of the Yankees. The Yankees victorious earlier today, 6-3 against Kansas City. They hit 3 more home runs, the 21st time this season they've hit 3 or more homers. Ventura, Mondesi, and Soriano all homered. Andy Pettit was the winner, and Mariano Rivera saved it. The Yankees have not lost a series now since late June. They've won or split their last 12 series. Close, but a ball. 3-0 on Nixon. We're visiting with Bob Hilly, executive editor of the Sporting News. That fine publication has designated Boston as the best sports city in North America for 2002. The 3-0 to Nixon. Here's ball 4. And that's the second walk given up by Zito. The first one hurt him. He walked Ramirez leading off last inning, and Manny scored the only run of the game so far.
And again, we mentioned, Sean, sometimes more difficulty with left-handed hitters is lefty Damon with a base hit and then the walk to Trot Nixon.
The Red Sox with a chance to add to their 1-0 lead as Garcia Parra stands in. Nomar struck out swinging on a nasty breaking ball from Zito in the first. Zito has walked 2 and struck out 3 now. Oakland out hitting the Red Sox 4-3. Now, do we have a chance to defend our title, or just try to spread this around?
Well, obviously you want to see a little bit of change in the list every year. That's why we really make it a 12-month thing. But, you know, if the wins pile up again and you know, the championships are won, you can't really keep it out of the city's hands, you know. So it really does come down to how do the teams perform.
What's the closest we have been to #1 since this has started?
You know, I would guess probably in the top 5, but really made a big jump from last year to this year just because, you know, the way the Patriots turned things around and the Celtics got things rolling, and all of a sudden it piled one thing on top of the other, and people know around here just how exciting the last 12 months have been.
The sports bars come into effect?
Actually, you know, it's funny you ask that, because in a sense they do, because, you know, you talk about knowledgeability of fans, and I was noticing earlier when Zito made the fake a second, there wasn't a single person in the stands that hollered balk. So, I mean, you got to know there's some knowledgeability here.
Yeah, in a place like Tampa, they all would have been screaming balk, all 7 or 8 people at the game. Garcia Parra strikes out again.
Yeah, that's twice tonight. Now, Nomar, one of the toughest guys in the American League to strike out. He got him with a curveball the first time. This time, the high fastball. So the last couple of nights, a few strikeouts for Nomar against this Oakland pitching staff, which is very unusual.
That's the first out of the inning. The runner's still at first and second, and here comes Manny, who led off last inning with a walk. He came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Jason Varitek. 1-0 Boston. Ramirez hitting with Damon at second and Nixon at first. And the outfield shifted around toward right for Ramirez. Well, you had to be impressed with the way the fans responded to the ceremony tonight. It was great to see the other major league teams and many of the colleges in town represented on the field as well.
It's a good point, Sean, in the sense that, yeah, we do emphasize the major league sports and the Division I sports, but we know that, you know, the Boston Marathon is huge. We know the Bean Pot is one of the most exciting things that goes on in the city. You know, the rowing on the river and stuff like that just becomes a big part of the whole fabric of sports in the city.
2-0 the count on Ramirez. So Zito having trouble. He's been working behind the count to a lot of the Red Sox hitters tonight.
It's amazing how far back the Sporting News goes. I mean, when I was playing minor league baseball, it's really the only way people back home could get the information on you, the stats, the numbers, through the Sporting News. I mean, that was it. That was the only way they could do it. It's much, you know, obviously much different in today's world, but Sporting News really kept relatives aware of what you were doing.
Well, on the field.
Absolutely. That's all they're concerned about, the Sporting News.
And it really is a nuts and bolts baseball, football, basketball, hockey publication. You and I were talking about this today. You know, if you're looking for the feature article on kayaking or something, you may not find it in the Sporting News. But for those of us who are kind of nuts and bolts sports fans, this is a great publication.
We really do try and focus on telling people something about the game that they really don't have access to. You know, get inside the game, understand exactly what's going on between the lines or on the ice, that sort of thing. And yeah, we know that the people are a part of what's going on the field, but more important, we want to tell people why things are turning out the way they are on the field and on the ice and on the court.
And there's a major article. Derek Lowe's on the cover of this week's Sporting News. And a major article about Boston and the great year that our city has had in sports, written by a Boston native, Mike Kilduff. I enjoyed reading it today. It's really a terrific article.
We were really happy to get Mike to do that story because he does really have a good idea of what makes sports so unique here in the Boston area. And we think he did a fabulous job. Quoted some very important people.
Yes, he did. Jerry, I have a quote in there.
Really?
Yeah. Interviewed me for an hour, though, one quote, so apparently it wasn't very interesting. Ball 4, Manny walks for the second time. Zito's walked 2 in the inning. And clearly, Jerry, he's a little bit off his game tonight, Barry Zito.
Well, do you think right there that he believed that Manny had the green light 3-0? He threw him a 3-0 changeup.
Manny, you'll recall, fouled back a 3-0 pitch in his first at-bat. Rick Peterson making a rare visit to the mound. Jerry, I know you like to put the over-under on swings that Randall Simon will have in each at-bat. How many appearances do you think Rick Peterson will make to the mound tonight?
I've got him, I'll say 5. I got about 5 tonight.
I'll take the over.
I'll go with the over on that, too, I think.
And he never leaves until the umpire comes out to the mound. I mean, he's going to get his full camera time. Always with the jacket. It could be 122 degrees.
Talking to Ray Fosse about him, he says everything is very positive when he goes out to the mound, and there's not a negative thought. It's all positive, and sometime pitcher says, I don't really need that. You can go back. I feel pretty good.
Boy, your uniform looks great. And here's Cliff Floyd. He singled to right, his first Red Sox hit here at Fenway Park. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-0 Red Sox, and a strike to Floyd. And a pitch on the inside corner. You were mentioning DHing might help him, Jerry. Spend some time studying the pitcher that he is not familiar with coming over from the National League. We chatted with him yesterday. He said he really doesn't like DHing. But as you said, at least at the beginning, might be good for him. It's a double play ball, and they turn it 4-6-3. Ellis, Tejada, and Hatteberg. Bob Hilly, thank you so much. Congratulations to you on a terrific publication. We love the Sporting News, and thank you for recognizing our great city.
We appreciate it, guys. It was a lot of fun.
The score after 3 is Red Sox 1 and Athletics nothing. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox Television Network.
You're watching WBGR TV Bangor. Share the wonder.
Get the brands you trust, like Carhartt, at Miller's Department Store in Brewer. The best brands, the best prices, at Miller's.
In 20 years, will you remember the magic moment when you said, I do? We live it all again with JMac Multimedia. Female-owned and operated since 1985, JMac is a leader in wedding videography. You won't have to worry about your wedding memories. JMac's experience, our digital studio, and creative staff will give you the peace of mind you need on your special day. Keep your memories alive with JMac Multimedia.
Suffer from chronic headaches, low back pain, or other types of fatigue or pain? Scientific research has proven that professional massage can improve circulation, relax muscles, and improve joint mobility, promote well-nourished and healthy skin, encourage general relaxation, alleviate some chronic conditions, and help to combat the effects of aging. Call River City Therapy at 990-0188. Our 5 state-licensed therapists are here to help.
And got the save in the 6-3 Yankee win over the Royals. 25th save and 29 chances for Rivera as he comes back from a strained right shoulder, an injury suffered while pitching against the Red Sox. And when Rivera came into the ball game from the bullpen, he got a standing ovation from the crowd of over 55,000 at Yankee Stadium. Well, they put some big crowds in there this year, particularly for those day games. They had 55,000 for a day game against Detroit the day before we went down there a couple of weekends ago.
Day games around baseball midweek have become very popular. They do well.
And Eric Chavez, the leadoff batter.
And the players love him, too, because it's usually on a getaway day. Certainly helps travel-wise.
In a minute, you like it, too.
Love it.
Chavez hits one high and deep to right. Nixon on the warning track makes the catch. He just got under that one.
I'll tell you what, with men in scoring position and Chavez facing Lowe, Lowe's going to be very careful with him because he really has great at-bats against Derek Lowe. Just missed the home run, just underneath a little bit, and he'll run Nixon back to the warning track to make the catch.
Well, if we had the same kind of breeze we've had here the last couple of nights, that ball might have gone out of here.
That's right.
Here's Jermaine Dye. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Red Sox lead 1-0. Each side has had chances. Oakland's left 2 men in each of the last 2 innings. Red Sox loaded the bases in the bottom of the 3rd with 1 out, but Floyd hit into the inning-ending double play.
Another missed opportunity for the Red Sox to put some extra points on the board.
Dye was jammed. Oh, Jai was never down. Garcia Parra threw him out. 2 down.
Number 12, the center fielder, Terrence Long.
Here's Terrence Long, who singled to right in the second. Ball went outside. Lowe very aggravated with himself. Fouled out of play to the left. 1-1.
Well, we couldn't have 3 more perfect nights than what we've had for this Oakland series. It has been absolutely beautiful here at Fenway. Comfortable temperatures, low humidity.
I wonder if they factored in our weather when they were choosing the best sports city in America.
Yeah, they wouldn't be here in April when it's 39 and drizzle.
No. Hit on the ground to second. Sanchez to Clark. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Derek Lowe. 1-0 Red Sox. Heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Flying to the Washington area for business? When you choose from any of Southwest Airlines' 20 daily nonstops to Baltimore Washington International, you can receive double credit by booking your flight on Southwest.com. Get a free ticket after you fly just 4 round trips.
You are now free to move about the country.
When you can pick up the trail of a lost dog. When you can check in with everyone you know and follow up on every lead. When you can get word that your best friend is safe and sound. All with a calling plan starting at $19.99 a month. That's M-Life from AT&T Wireless. Right now, get a Nokia 3360 for only $29.99 when you sign up for any AT&T Wireless calling plan. Hurry in or call 1-800-IMAGINE today.
I appreciate your help.
No problem.
Thanks, Ben.
Sure. And call me anytime about that equity loan. Bye, Martha.
Bye.
Would you mind?
Oh, no, not at all.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, so you work at the grocery store, do you?
No, ma'am. I work at the bank in the grocery store.
Oh, that's nice.
So you couldn't find a space in the lot?
Oh, I don't have a car.
League leaders brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Fewest hits per 9 innings. How about that number for Derek Lowe? Under 6 hits per 9 for the season. The only pitcher in the American League. He and Pedro are the only 2 under 7 hits per 9 innings. And over in the National League, the talented youngster Damian Moss at 5.62. Kerry Wood of the Cubs, the only other pitcher under 7. League leaders brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Barry Zito to Jason Varitek, bottom of the 4th. Looping breaking ball for strike 1. Varitek drove in the only run in this game with a sacrifice fly in the 2nd. Who just joined us, Ramirez walked opening the 2nd. Cliff Floyd single to right, sending Manny to 3rd, and then Varitek delivered the sac fly. 1-1 now on Jason. Zito's had control difficulty. His walk too has pitched behind in the count much of the night. Tejada. 1 out.
A lot of changeups for Barry Zito early in this game, more than we're accustomed to seeing from him. Most of the time it's just fastball, curveball, but good changeup tonight.
The third baseman, Shea Hillenbrand.
There's Shea Hillenbrand. He singled to left in the 2nd. Ball 1 inside. Swing and a miss. Zito was drafted a couple of times before Oakland drafted him. The Mariners took him in the 59th round in 1996. Texas took him in 1998 in the 3rd round, but he stayed in school. In 99, he was a 1st-round pick, the 9th player taken in the entire draft out of USC. But he made it to the majors very quickly. Just his 2nd season of professional ball. Got up about half the 2000 season with Oakland after spending the first half in AAA. Hillenbrand swung at ball 4. That wasn't even close.
We talked the other night, Sean, the fact that most teams would just love to have one good left-handed pitcher. This Oakland staff with 2 outstanding ones in Mulder and Zito.
Well, Hillenbrand struck himself out. Swung at least 3 pitches that were not in the strike zone in that at bat. 2 down.
Chased the high fastball 3-1, and then chased the changeup that was off the outside part of the plate for strike 3.
Shea has now struck out 66 times on the season to go along with 17 walks.
Here's Tony Clark. Ball 1 inside. Tony struck out swinging in the 2nd. Zito is now fan 5. Out of play to the right. Of course, Tony's a player rep. Apparently the 2 sides are having regular conversations, Jerry, and making progress in some areas. There were reports today that there might be a proposal that would allow steroid testing to begin.
Well, still the main issue is going to be revenue sharing, and when it comes down to it at the end, that's what they're going to be bickering the most about.
Strike three. Again, that nasty breaking ball from Zito. He has struck out 6, but the Red Sox lead 1-0. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
You're watching WBGR TV Bangor. Share the wonder.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
Webb's RV Bangor can get you rolling and keep you rolling with the best RV deals in the entire Northeast. A huge selection, plus parts, service, and price. It's all at Webb's RV Bangor.
They've got the sharpest, I say the sharpest. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
The coffee pot's always on, neighbor, so come on down.
Toyota's powerful M110 and M120 mid-size tractors are loaded with big tractor features like a 16-bit microprocessor for smooth hydraulic clutch operation. You can turn on a dime with our exclusive bi-speed turn, and with a 5-cylinder turbocharged direct-injected diesel engine, this tractor will perform any task. You get the big tractor features without the big tractor price. Experience the Kubota M110 and M120 mid-size tractor at Doors Equipment, Outer Hammett Street, Bangor. The name you trust for outdoor equipment, Doors Equipment.
Are your bills stacking up? Are you finding it hard to get a loan? Have you considered consolidating your bills to improve your credit rating?
At Mainly Mortgages, we can help.
Mainly Mortgages. When the banks say no, we're the place to go.
Join the Red Sox and WEEI on August 23rd for a live radiothon from Fenway Park on Sports Radio 850 to support the Jimmy Fund. WEEI will broadcast for 18 hours from its studios at Fenway, and you can join in the fun. You can have breakfast with the owners and a chance to meet members of the 1967 Impossible Dream Team. Call the Jimmy Fund now for more information and tickets to the events, 617-632-3861.
Well, let's hope they raise a lot of money for that great cause. Scott Hatteberg hits a ground ball to second. Sanchez to Clark for the out. Friends, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Boston Red Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. In addition, the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Greg Myers, the number 9 hitter, who was called out on strikes in the third. One of 3 strikeouts for Derek Lowe. Myers, then the top of the order, Mark Ellis. We're in the 5th. The Red Sox lead 1-0. As anticipated, a pitcher's duel between Zito and Lowe. Sinker fouled at the plate, 0-2. I think because of that starting pitching, Jerry, Oakland in the wild card race, even though Anaheim has the lead, Oakland of the teams the Red Sox are fighting with concerns me the most.
I have to agree with you, Sean. Even at this stage, Anaheim has a better ERA. They're second in the league behind the Red Sox. Seattle is third, then Oakland is fourth. But for some reason, this staff scares you more than the Anaheim staff.
Well, Hudson hasn't had a great year, but he's certainly a very talented guy. Mulder's been injured much of the year. He seems to be getting it together lately. Zito's been fantastic.
I was impressed last night with Harang.
Yep. He's been very good, and they had so much depth of pitching, even though he was pitching well when they went out and got Ted Lilly from the Yankees. They put Harang in the bullpen. Lilly is hurt, so Harang returned. Of course, the Coriolis is very good. Number 4 starter, certainly. 2-2.
Now, it's going to be a very interesting month of September when these teams are playing each other all the time, Oakland, Anaheim, and Seattle.
Swing and a miss. Myers stands for the second time. Derek Lowe has retired 6 straight Oakland hitters.
Change-up that time for Derek Lowe to pick up the strikeout.
Number 14.
Lowe's changeup ends up about 83, 84 miles an hour. Has the same action on it as the sinking fastball, except it's off speed.
Ball 1 down and away to Mark Ellis. He's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. Ouch. Ball down off his leg. That must make Jermaine Dye flinch every time he sees something like that. So he broke his leg.
Jermaine Dye still wears that protective shin guard
on that leg that he broke on the foul tip.
Of course, Pedro has the second longest current scoreless streak in the majors right now at 23. Between the two of them, 51 consecutive scoreless innings. 1-2. The problem largely has been that on the other nights you don't really know what you're going to get. The John Burkett bounced back after a rocky outing in Texas with a fine performance last night. Corey Fossum's given them a couple of nice starts since moving into the rotation.
The only real bad start was Burkett's back in Texas, where he got knocked out in an inning in the third. Other than that, they've all been pretty decent starts. Burkett, as you mentioned, bounced back with a nice one last night. Wakefield didn't pitch poorly in the game 1 of this series, gave up the home run, but all in all, there's only been one real bad one over the last couple of weeks.
Of course, the major problem on the pitching side has been in the bullpen. And the Red Sox pitching staff still in flux. Yesterday, Rolando Araujo had to go on the disabled list with a bulging disc in his back, and Willie Banks is back from Pawtucket. Garcia Parra to Clark for 1-2-3 inning for Lowe. He's retired 7 straight. We're in the 5th when the Red Sox lead 1-0.
The wonder of it all.
Terrific pitchers duel between Derek Lowe and Barry Zito. And on the subject of terrific pitchers, we welcome Jim Lonborg. It was announced today that he'll be going into the Red Sox Hall of Fame in November. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sean. I'm very excited about being here and about being part of the Hall of Fame.
I would bet that you are. It's a great honor and much deserved in your case. When did you find out? Have you known for a while?
I've known for a while. We actually were up here the night that Ted Williams passed away, and so we deferred, any announcement at that time. And
Ray Sanchez, the leadoff hitter against Zito. Ray is 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 2nd inning. It's one of the great seasons ever in the history of Red Sox pitching. Jim Lonborg's 1967 Cy Young season. 22 wins, 39 starts, 246 strikeouts. And Jerry was saying that for soft-spoken, and you were known as, and still are, as a gentleman Jim, on the mound you were all business.
Yeah, something changes, Jerry, when you walk across that white line.
I'd say that year to me was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was a teenager at the time, and a diehard Red Sox fan. And to watch that club all season long, listen to it on the radio, watch the games on TV, it was just a miracle season.
There was some real magic going on that year, and I hope the magic, picks up this season here for them.
Do you follow it closely? Obviously, you still live in the area. You have a very successful dental practice on the South Shore, but how closely do you follow the current-day Red Sox?
I'm listening on the radio all the time. No, offense to you guys, but
thanks for coming by, Jim.
Yeah. See you guys later. But I've got things to do, you know, around the house, and it's a lot easier than carrying a television set around, you know, than have a little radio next to your side. So I do follow it very closely. I'm really trying to stay in tune to, you know, this great season that they're having this year.
And there is going to be a 67 reunion coming up here at Fenway Park, right?
Yes, I think the 23rd of August, Jerry. I think about 19 or 20 of the guys are coming back for a reunion. They'll be here at Fenway Park on Friday night. They'll be with WEEI, I think, during the day for a telethon, and then there'll be a big card show out at Sturbridge on Saturday and Sunday.
Johnny Damon fly to left in the first, single to center, extending his hitting streak to 10 games. In the third, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Now, you guys have had a chance to see Derek throw all summer. You know, people are talking about, you know, will he hold up? And I think he's young and strong. I don't see that he's going to break down. He's never had a sore arm before.
Grady Little made a good point. He said being a starting pitcher, he knows he's going to get 4 days rest in between starts out of the bullpen. He might be in there 2 or 3 days in a row, and that wears you down even more.
It's the best life in the world.
Down the left field line, heading for the corner. That's a fair ball. Sanchez on to third. He'll be held by Mike Cubbage. It's a double for Damon on an 0-2 pitch, and the Red Sox are in business here in the fifth.
Well, Johnny Damon has certainly been the igniter at the top of this lineup all season long, and even tonight against a very tough left-hander picks up his second base hit. Fastball away, slaps it down in that left field corner, and the Red Sox very quickly have a couple of men in scoring position with nobody out.
Well, I think Derek would like to see a couple of runs here.
Yeah.
A little cushion. That takes so much pressure off of your arm, Sean, to know that you've got a couple of runs to work with and you don't have to be so fine with your pitches.
The infield back for Oakland with nobody out. The third baseman Chavez even with the bag. The rest of them all the way back around.
Here's a case where you'd love to see Nixon pull the ball on the ground. If he makes out, you still have a run score and you advance that man at second or third base with less than 2 outs. Obviously, you'd love to see the base hit, but if you're going to have an out, try to pull the ball.
Trout has struck out and walked. Zito has had control difficulty. He's walked 4. 1-1 now on Nixon. Art Howe with the pitching coach Rick Peterson. And I think we're just about due for a Rick Peterson visit to the mound. Trout's been hot lately with men in scoring position, 9 for his last 18. Breaking ball fouled at the plate, 1-2.
I think one of the only things Jim and I have in common is we both played for the same manager, Dick Williams. I played for him as a rookie with the Angels, and of course you here with the Red Sox. And was there ever a tougher man to play for than Dick Williams?
I can't remember one. Maybe my dad is a little league coach, but
certainly knew a lot of baseball, though.
Well, you just had to kind of, you know, offer up, you know, whatever it was that got in between you and him. If you didn't agree on anything, you just had to offer it up and go from there. It was. He taught the basics, and that was the important thing.
You mentioned the reunion. Was that a close team? The guys kept in touch with each other over the years, or is it like a lot of things in life, you kind of get caught up in your own lives thereafter and drift apart?
It's probably the latter, Sean. You know, there's a lot of guys that have kept close over the years and kept in touch. But, you know, as they went on and played in different, you know, cities and towns, they developed new friendships and then got out of baseball, developed new lives. And
Nixon pulls it to right, deep enough to score the run. Both runners are tagging. Guy the catch. He throws toward the plate. It's cut off by Hatterberg. Sanchez scores. Damon to third. And the Red Sox lead 2-0 as Nixon makes a productive out and picks up the RBI, his 65th for the year.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Sean. Try to pull the ball. If you make an out, that ball hit deep enough where you can advance 2 runners. Get the run home from third base and also get The runner over to third base now with less than 2 outs. He got a break. The breaking ball inside, and is able to drive that ball deep enough to get the run home and also get a man at third. Now the A's will bring the infield in with the 1 out.
It looks like a couple of the only mistakes that Zito's made tonight has been that hanging breaking ball. That Damon hit that one up the middle on his last at bat.
He's got a good one, Jim. One of the best in the league right now. Curveballs.
You know, I don't care how good it is, Jerry. If it's not down, it's no help to him at all.
Garciaparra's had a tough time with Zito so far tonight. Nomar struck out twice. The walks have hurt Zito. He issued a leadoff walk in the second to Ramirez. Manny scored, and he walked Sanchez to start this inning. He scored. Line to the left to hit. And another run. Damon in from third. The Red Sox lead 3-0. Been a frustrating series for Garciaparra, but he hit that one right on the button. And that's his 92nd RBI of the season to move him into a 3-way tie now for second in the league, 4 behind the league leader Alex Rodriguez.
Well, most of the time when a hitter strikes out twice in a game, he's not going to wait around for 2 strikes in that third at bat. And Garciaparra jumps on this fastball. It's high, but he gets a hands above the ball and puts it on the line in the left field for the RBI number 92 on the season.
73% in from third with less than 2 outs. The league average is 57%, so Nomar's well above average in that and many other areas, obviously. And a major reason why he has the very high RBI total. Ramirez crowded by the fastball, strike 1.
This is about the time that Jim would have some batter rubbing dirt off his back.
I don't know, those guys just never got out of the way, Jerry. I don't think I'd last very long pitching these days.
You get thrown out of every game.
I get.
You'd be out. You get one and you'd be gone.
Does it trouble you along those lines when you watch today's baseball?
You know, it troubles me with the response that a lot of the hitters have, but I think a lot of it's they've been nurtured to feel that way. The umpires have made them feel comfortable, I think, as hitters with the small strike zone. So anytime the pitcher tries to expand the strike zone, they just don't get a break, and the hitters just aren't used to that pitch coming in there. I guess nobody ever gets used to it coming in there. It's how you react to it. But I love the reaction of Derek Jeter. He gets hit. I think Rodriguez got hit. They just go down to first base and move on with the game.
Breaking ball fouled back.
Now, Jim knows better than anybody. I mean, they're a way to brush back people, a way to hit people, and obviously no pitcher wants to go for the head area, but there are ways to move guys and make them drop without throwing at the head, and unfortunately that's a lost art, I think, in baseball.
I think you're right, Jerry, and we always aim for the back of the elbow because it was always a place where if the ball moved a little bit, the hitter could still get out of the way. If it didn't move, then you wouldn't be in trouble because it would still be way inside. But you always needed a target, and that's why all the armor that they wear now, I think, is great for pitchers who are trying to pitch inside, because you just have to look for the armor. You know?
Use that as a target.
With some of the armor these guys wear, it's a big target, although the rules have allegedly cut down on the size of some of the protective pads. 1-2 the count. We're visiting with Dr. Jim Lonborg, who was selected for enshrinement in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. The ceremony will be in November, on November 14th at the Heinz Convention Center. If you'd like to attend, tickets are available for the public. 617-439-7700. 617-439-7700. Jim joins Fred Lynn and Dave Boo Ferris as the others who have already been announced as members of the Red Sox Hall of Fame class of 2002, and there will be other names to come. That's always a great event. Lou Gorman and his staff do a fabulous job putting on the Hall of Fame ceremony. Here it comes, right back here. Didn't want to catch that one.
That was a little too hard. Usually by the time they get up here, they're pretty easy, but that was not an easy one.
Right up here on the glass above us.
Now, are these miles per hour, are they accurate?
Pretty close.
You know?
Pretty close.
Are you dubious? You seem a little off to you?
Well, I can't tell anymore, you know.
Was as much attention paid when you pitched to the gun, the pitch count, the things we hear so much about today?
Well, they didn't have a gun when I, when I was pitching.
And he used to pitch on 2 days rest, I remember, on occasion.
2 and 3 days, yeah. You know, pitch count, if you were just a big horse, you just went out there, and if you felt all right, you warmed up and you pitched the ball game. You had plenty of time to rest, you know, in between starts. I mean, we used to throw batting practice 2 days after we started just to get loose, and I don't think that they do that anymore.
No. Up and away, 2-2. Ron Ramirez. He's the 5th batter of the inning.
Which I might add, I think is a good thing, because no hitters like to face pitching in batting practice.
I found that out. You just see the Scribini's
That's it.
in there for batting practice.
A lot of broken bats.
And he trying to dump it in shallow left, and the running catch made by David Justice. Garcia Parra back to first with 2 outs.
I mean, you might be able to tell me, Jerry, do the pitchers throw a lot off the mound in between starts now, or do they just...
Mostly on the side, they'll throw in the bullpen, and sometimes as the season goes on with certain guys, they will not even throw between stuff. Just little catch, maybe some long catch, yeah. I think depends on the individual. Much more specialized now, obviously, than back in the day.
Yeah, when you just threw and threw and threw.
Here's Floyd. He lines one towards center. Long is there to make the catch. And Terrence didn't realize for a moment that was the 3rd out. The Red Sox get a couple, and they lead 3-0 after 5. Jim, again, thanks for the visit and congratulations.
Nice seeing you again, Sean. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Jerry.
All right.
Keep the good work up.
Powerful investigations every night. News you need to know. Every night, Fox 25 News at 10. Barry Zito yielded 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. He's less than pleased as he looks on. Eric Lowe pitching to Ray Durham. First pitch of the 6th, the ball high. Durham has one of the 4 Oakland hits. He singled to left in the 3rd, grounded out in the 1st. Lowe has retired 7 straight. That's heading toward the left field corner, and a foul ball by inches. A rather emphatic call as well by the 3rd base umpire, Greg Gibson.
You see a foul ball down in that left field corner. It's usually off the bat of a left-hander because it's slicing away. Very little foul territory and just to the left of that white line.
That's one of those that the guy who laid down the chalk on the line today was just a little sloppy. It's a fair ball. Durham, Tejada, Justice coming up. Ball 2, 2-1. On the ground again. Sanchez to Clark for the out. Then only 2 outs made by Oakland tonight on balls hit in the air. 1 pop up by Justice in the 3rd, and Chavez a deep fly to right in the 4th. Everything else has been a ground out or a strikeout.
Number 4, the shortstop, Miguel Tejada.
Here's Tejada. Miguel struck out swinging in the 1st and singled to right in the 3rd. They have to be happy for such a nice guy like Jim Lonborg. Great family man. He told a very funny story of that luncheon, the AA luncheon I mentioned earlier. It was about a month ago down in Connecticut. I'm not sure if it's a true story or not, but it was a good banquet story. He talked about when he first came up to Fenway Park, the experience a lot of the players had that he had. It was very difficult to find Fenway because it doesn't look like a stadium. It's as you're driving around the neighborhood. He said he's trying to find Fenway, and he's going up and down the streets, and he keeps asking people, you know, just go back this way up Brookline Avenue. You'll see it. And he went by and wound up in Kenmore Square. Tejada hits one high and deep to left, and when that one lands, that might be in Kenmore Square. A home run for Tejada over the screen. And there goes Derek Lowe's long consecutive scoreless inning streak at 29. 29 consecutive scoreless innings ended by Tejada, and it came on an 0-2 pitch.
Derek Lowe has thrown very few curveballs tonight. He tries one here, and it just stays right out over the heart of the plate. Did not get it away where Veritek wanted it. And a good hitter like Tejada is going to take advantage of that. In the parking lot across the street.
His 26th homer. 93rd run batted in. And here's Justice. Takes the ball low. So Jim was talking about, you know, this was in the mid-60s when there were a lot of war protests and a lot of young people were into interesting undertakings. So he said he was in Kenmore Square after going up and down. I mean, a lot of people tell him he'd see Fenway Park. He still hadn't seen it. So he walks up to this young man, says, could you tell me how to get to Fenway Park? And he said, practice, man, practice. 3-0. If they get a base runner here, they'll get the tying run to the plate. And the dangerous Chavez on deck. Just the 6th homer all year Derek's given up. That one apparently was outside. So a 4-pitch walk. The first walk given up by Lowe.
A good move by Veritek, too, to head out to the mound. Derek obviously upset after that hanging breaking ball that resulted in a home run and some frustration, and then very quickly the walk to Justice. Tony Cloninger making his way out to join in the conversation.
The 29 innings scoreless streak for Lowe, the longest in the majors this year and the longest since Greg Maddux worked 39 1/3 consecutive scoreless innings in the 2000 season.
Number 3, the third baseman, Eric Chavez.
So the tying run is at the plate for Oakland. Eric Chavez singled to left off the wall in the 2nd inning and fly to deep right, send Nixon to the warning track. In the 4th. Strike 1. For a while early in the season, Chavez was among the league leaders in home runs. He had a long homerless drought, 27 games, 103 at-bats without a homer. He has refound the long ball stroke of late, 4 homers in his last 7 games. 24 for the season, tied for 8th in the American League. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. A pitch over the outside part of the plate, 1-2.
A change up there by Derek Lowe. Didn't quite get it as low as he may have liked to, but off speed enough where it had Chavez off balance.
Justice is being held at first by Clark. And it gets away from Veritek, a pitch down and in. Up onto the screen, the wild pitch, and Justice is now in scoring position.
Curveball giving Lowe some problems this inning. He hung one for the home run. Now he really tries to snap one off to get Chavez to strike out, and bounces it. Deflects off Veritek up on top of the screen. Ball is dead, and base runner advances one base.
The 2-2 pitch. Sinker chopped foul. Rip foul. Down by the tarp. I don't know if that fan was more excited about winding up with the foul ball or the fact that he's still alive as hard as that ball was hit. Fouled into the dugout to Tommy Harper. Still 2-2 on the 24-year-old Chavez, native of Southern California. Another former first-round pick, 10th player in the entire draft in '95. In the dirt, blocked by Veritek, and the count is full. Jermaine Dye on deck. Lowe has given up 1 run on 5 hits. He has walked 1 and struck out 4. Thrown a wild pitch. And the payoff pitch to Chavez. He struck him out.
Now there's one huge difference in Derek Lowe this year and a year ago working out of the bullpen. He has got a much better changeup that he can use more as a starting pitcher. Chavez expecting fastball on the 3-2 count. Instead, Derek throws the changeup. It's not a strike, but he gets Chavez to chase it. A big strikeout for and against a guy that really does well against Lowe.
It was a good battle, a 9-pitch at bat, and the battle won by Lowe. Here's Dye, 0 for 2. Strike 1 right down the middle. Chopped foul over by the Oakland dugout. Lowe quickly ahead of Dye, 0-2. The Red Sox lead 3-1 here in the top of the 6th. Derek's up to 98 pitches already. Still 0-2 on Dye. I mean, you'd have to think with the pitch count that high, Jerry, there's no way he's going to finish against this patient Oakland lineup with 3 innings still to go after this one.
Looks like it may be one of those 7-inning performances for Lowe.
At home plate, still 0-2.
And Derek not real happy with that pitch either. Again, Veritek was set up away, and Derek left that pitch right over the heart of the plate. Fortunately, Dye fouls it off. See where Veritek had to move back to try to catch that ball.
Oakland is just 2 for 17 in this series with men in scoring position. They've really struggled in that area all season long. And it continues as Dye strikes out. A nice bounce back by Lowe after the home run by Tejada. He walked Justice on 4 pitches, but then struck out Chavez and Dye to end the inning. 3-1 Red Sox. We're in the 6th at Fenway Park. The puffy shirt, the astronaut pen. Everyone has a favorite episode. What's yours? Seinfeld, still the funniest show on television. Weeknights at 7 and 11 on Fox 25. Those gentlemen are related to our producer, Russ Kent, Russ's dad and brother, Rob. That's why they were getting a lot of airtime there. Veritek starches one, foul. Any other relatives, the crew, we need to show tonight? Veritek had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd, grounded a short in the 4th. Your son's here. Should we put him on TV?
He's on his way down to Miami.
Yeah, he wants to go see the Miami game against Florida. He's a big Hurricane fan.
Yeah, I see he tried to nail you for tickets, huh?
He didn't wait long either.
No.
Typical Remy. Walked right in. Where are my tickets to the Florida game? What a great atmosphere that is in Gainesville. Although it'll be life without Steve Spurrier this year at the Swamp. The 2-1 from Zito. 3-quarter swing and a foul ball. Veritek, Hillenbrand, and Clark coming up. Red Sox scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th. Oakland got a run here in the 6th on the home run by Tejada. Zito hasn't been as sharp as he usually is, but he certainly has them in the ball game heading toward the late innings. That pitch has been impressive most of the night. The big breaking ball. 7 strikeouts now for Zito.
That breaking ball, I don't know if you remember Frank Tanana prior to his arm injury when he was a young pitcher with the California Angels. Same type of curveball as Barry Zito. I mean, that's tough on left-handers and on right-handers.
Shea Hillenbrand, the batter. He singled to left in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. The changeup popped up. Chavez has it. And when you have 3 pitches, you know, as Derek Lowe does, Pedro, obviously the 3 dominant pitches, Zito has shown an excellent ability with the fastball, curveball, and changeup tonight. It's a big advantage. Keep the hitters off stride all night.
Good example there. Hillenbrand thinks he's in a fastball count 1-0. Instead, he gets the changeup. They have the confidence to throw their pitches at any time.
Clark takes a strike. He has struck out twice. I mentioned too, Jerry, it's very important when you do throw that overhand curveball like he does that it's released from about the same spot as the fastball, because if it came in a decidedly different arm angle, you'd know it was a curveball coming.
Same thing with the changeup, Sean. You want that same release point as your fastball.
0-2 pitch. Chopped down to 3rd. Chavez throws him out. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Zito. The Red Sox and Athletics have played 6 innings at Fenway Park, and Boston has a 3-1 lead. Live Red Sox Television Network. Let's check the scoreboard, brought to you by your friendly New England Dodge dealers. This afternoon at Yankee Stadium before more than 55,000. The Yankees beat the Royals 6-3. Andy Pettit, his 7th win. Mariano Rivera off the DL to save it. Ventura, Mondesi, and Soriano all homered. The 28th of the year for Soriano. His was a 3-run homer. The Orioles down the Twins 4-1. The Twins will be riding a 4-game losing streak when they arrive here at Fenway Park tomorrow night. The Orioles swept the 3-game series. Travis Driscoll, the winner, and Chris Richard hit a home run. Terrence Long, the batter here. Tonight, the Mariners and Blue Jays, and it's 3-0 Seattle. In the 6th, Edgar Martinez, a 2-run single. Jamie Moyer working on the shutout. Angels and White Sox. Red Sox fans keeping tabs on the wild card contending Angels. They're in a 2-2 tie in the 4th. Benji Gill is homered. Frank Thomas, a 2-run homer for Chicago, is 19th. Now to play. The ball and 2 strikes on Long. The Devil Rays and Indians, 4-1 Tampa Bay. The Indians run on a home run by Jim Thome off Paul Wilson. And the Rangers and Tigers in Detroit, 2-1 Detroit in the 7th. Up the middle, backhanded by Sanchez. On to Clark, the hustling Long is out by a step. He's 1 for 3. Over in the National League, most of the action is already over. The Cubs beat the Giants 9-3. Matt Clement struck out 8. Jeff Kent hit a 3-run homer. Sammy Sosa hit 2. He now has 35 for the Cubs. The Marlins defeated the Astros 4-3. Julian Tavares, the winner. The Mets shut out the Brewers 9-0. Scott Hatterberg takes a strike. Steve Traxel with his first complete game and shutout of the season, a 5-hitter. The Rockies hammered the Reds 10-3. Mike Hampton, the win, his first win in more than a month. The Phillies and Padres. San Diego wins at 7-4. Ryan Klesko and Brian Buchanan with homers. The Braves defeated the Diamondbacks 4-1. Tom Glavine, his 15th win. John Smoltz, his 40th save. Mark DeRosa and Julio Franco homer. Tonight, Montreal and St. Louis. St. Louis 1-6 since acquiring Scott Rowland, but leading 5-1 in the 3rd. Albert Pujols and Jim Edmonds each with a 2-run homer. And the Pirates and the Dodgers in the rubber game of their series tonight. Anderson against Ishii. And that's your scoreboard, brought to you by your friendly New England Dodge dealers.
How about Atlanta, Sean? 75 wins and 39 losses on the season. Unbelievable. Jimmy Williams' team, though they lost today, they're making a move.
Yeah, they had crept all the way up to just 1 game out of first. With a 4-game winning streak, while St. Louis has been scuffling. So right now it's a 1.5 game advantage for St. Louis, and they do have the big early lead against the Expos, a chance to push it to 2, but that looks like it'll be a great race with the Reds involved as well. Ball 2, 2-2. Minnesota's in here tomorrow night, and all of a sudden they have some problems. They've given up a lot of runs lately. Some are wondering if all the wear and tear to their bullpen is starting to catch up. And Eric Milton just went on the disabled list with a bad knee.
I believe he had knee surgery today, and he's going to be out 5 or 6 weeks.
And they're still going to win the division, but they've hit a speed bump really for the first time this year. They'll be in here for the first time this year, starting tomorrow night. Casey Fossum and the rookie Kyle Loesch tomorrow night. Hatterberg pops it up very high. Varitek puts it away. Hatterberg 0 for 3, 2 outs in the 7th. That was an 8-pitch at bat. Saturday on Fox 25, Fox National TV, Pedro Martinez goes for his 16th win against Joe Mays, who is recently back from the disabled list. And we'll be with you Sunday at 1 for the series and homestand finale. Tim Wakefield against Johan Santana. Red Sox have an off day Monday, then they're back out on the road, heading for Seattle and Minnesota. Greg Myers out on the ground ball to Sanchez at second base. 114 pitches for Lowe. You wonder if that'll be the end of his night. 7th inning stretch. 3-1. Red Sox. Talked about new show in this fall. It's back on Fox. Kiefer Sutherland stars as special counterterrorism agent Jack Bauer in the critically acclaimed hit drama 24. It's a whole new day, Tuesdays this fall on Fox 25. Well, some pats on the back and handshakes for Derek Lowe, usually a sign that the starting pitcher's night has come to an end.
114 pitches, a season high for Derek Lowe in this ball game tonight.
There's no action right now in the Red Sox bullpen. That certainly looked like goodbye. Sanchez hit it hard right at Zito, who made a nice play.
Whoever was up throwing last inning probably will sit down, and once there's a couple of outs in this inning, we'll get back up to get loose. It was Howery and Embry who were both up throwing in the seventh.
The center fielder.
There's Bob Howery. He will resume throwing.
You probably see Howery because you got a right-hander Ellis to switch it at Durham, then the right-hander Tejada in the 8th inning.
Here's Damon. He pulls one down. Well, Howery better be ready because 2 pitches and 2 outs. Damon now 2 for 4. One of the few hitters who's had a good night in this pitcher's duel between Zito and Lowe. Each team has 5 hits.
Number 7, the right fielder.
While we have a moment, we want to send along happy anniversary wishes. Their 38th wedding anniversary to Ron and Barbara Lamoth in Lunenburg, Massachusetts. Ron, a terrific high school baseball coach in the Massachusetts High School Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame. A good pal of the terrific sports writer Gordon Eads, who covers the Red Sox and baseball for the Boston Globe. And Gordon asked us to send his best wishes and ours as well along to Ron and Barbara, and we're happy to do so. Happy anniversary. Nixon pops it up. This is going to be a 4-pitch inning for Zito. After 7, 3-1 Red Sox. Bob Howery, the new pitcher. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
Important story. The MBTA has a lot of explaining to do.
You're watching WBGR TV.
Yes! No! Whoa!
What are you doing?
Oh, man. Kasparov is kicking the snot out of McGroody. Give me some! Yeah. Oh!
Kasparov attacks on his knife, claiming the castle, a formidable move at this point in the match.
Go, baby! Go, baby! Go, baby!
You want real sports? You want the Sports Zone. AM 620 WZON.
In 20 years, will you remember the magic moment when you said, I do? We live it all again with JMac Multimedia. Female owned and operated since 1985, JMac is a leader in wedding videography. You won't have to worry about your wedding memories. JMac's experience, our digital studio, and creative staff will give you the peace of mind you need on your special day. Keep your memories alive with JMac Multimedia.
Toyota's powerful M110 and M120 mid-size tractors are loaded with big tractor features like a 16-bit microprocessor for smooth hydraulic clutch operation. You can turn on a dime with our exclusive bi-speed turn, and with a 5-cylinder turbocharged direct-injected diesel engine, this tractor will perform any task. You get the big tractor features without the big tractor price. Experience the Kubota M110 and M120 mid-size tractor at Doors Equipment, Outer Hammett Street, Bangor. The name you trust for outdoor equipment, Doors Equipment.
Here's Lowe's pitching line. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run on the Tejada homer, ending his consecutive scoreless inning streak at 29. Just 1 walk. It came right after the home run, and 6 strikeouts. A season-high 114 pitches for Derek. Look for 2 new Lowe's locations, Lowe's of Woburn and Lowe's of Weymouth. Lowe is out of the game, and the new pitcher is Bob Howery on to protect the 3-1 Red Sox lead in the 8th.
52nd appearance of the season for Howery, his 5th as a member of the Red Sox. Overall, a 2-3 record.
Bob worked in the ball game last night against the A's. Pitched the 9th inning, allowing a couple of hits and 1 walk. Now, this is kind of what they had in mind. It hasn't really happened very often. Late in the game, Red Sox have the lead. Howery and Embry used as setup men, and of course they're beating it a close. We'll see how it works here tonight.
This has been the part of the game that has caused the Red Sox a lot of problems over the last few months. The bullpen has been shaky, particularly those trying to get the Red Sox from the starters to get their Urbina. Howery in to face the top of the order. Mark Ellis grounded out 3 times against Derek Lowe. One ball on Ellis. With his 7 innings of 1-run pitching tonight, Derek Lowe lowered his ERA to a major league best 2.09. Howery has thrown 2 straight balls. Ellis, Durham, and Tejada. Both bullpens quiet at the moment. Ball 3. And already the fans are groaning. And Alan Embry warms up again. Strike at the knees. The 3-1 pitch. Ellis taking 2 strikes. He hasn't swung the bat yet in this at bat. Ellis is a rookie. He came over to Oakland with Johnny Damon in a 3-team deal January 8th of 2001. Line, ball girl making a valiant attempt. I think she got something spilled on her as a result of, I mean, this is A for effort. Did she get a glove on it? But then she got clotheslined.
A heck of an effort down there.
Could have a flag on that play for a personal foul. She took a clothesline to the head. Ellis takes a seat in the dugout as Howery comes back from the 3-0 count to strike him out.
90 miles an hour with this fastball on the outside corner. Nasty pitch, 3-2 count.
Number 5.
So Bobby Howery bounces all the way back from the 3-0 to get the all-important first out of the inning.
Now a matchup of 2 guys who just a couple of weeks ago were teammates with the White Sox. Howery against Ray Durham. They were teammates for a long time in Chicago. Ball strike inside part of the plate. Durham 1 for 3 tonight. A single to left in the 3rd. We're in the 8th. The Red Sox lead 3-1 as they try to salvage 1 win in this 3-game series. One and 1. Other Red Sox news today. Jose Offerman is on his way to Seattle. They worked out an arrangement, apparently some cash coming to the Red Sox. Offerman will be a Mariner. They envision him as a bench player, pinch hitter.
So we'll see Offie next week as we go in to play the Mariners in that 3-game
Tuesday
series.
night. Durham pops it up in shallow center. Damon the catch. Maybe you can sit down for a lengthy, 6-part interview. Jose Offerman, my Boston years.
I don't think Jose would be willing to talk.
Well, friends, for the 2nd consecutive season, H.P. Hood and the Red Sox teaming up to benefit Boston area hospitals through the Hood Home Team Advantage charity program. During every home game, every time the Red Sox strike out an opponent, make a double play or hit a home run, that Hood bottle on the right field roof lights up signaling a $100 donation to be divided among 13 New England children's hospitals. Howery throws strike one to Tejada. Tejada had his usual good night. He struck out, singled, and he homered. A shot over the screen and left for the only Oakland run to this point. Outside, 1-1.
Now, they told us when the trade was made that Howery was throwing in the mid-80s, but we have not had him in any game that he's pitched for the Red Sox under 90, if the radar guns are correct.
Historically, he's had better velocity in the Eastern Time Zone.
Picks up an hour.
Trying to cap a 1-2-3 inning. Got off to a bit of a wobbly start when he fell behind the first batter 3-0. 1-2 to Tejada outside. Oakland has not swept a 3-game series at Fenway Park since September of 1990. They'll need a rally if they're going to do it this time around. Pulled down the left field line, and a ball that was very tight to the hands of Tejada. Ramirez to catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Howery. Bottom of the 8th upcoming from Fenway Park, where the Red Sox lead 3-1. On Fox 25 is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, bringing people together with low fares. And by Bernie and Phil's, named 2002 Retailer of the Year by the National Home Furnishing Association. The 1-2-3 inning for Bob Howery. Red Sox 3 outs away from victory, but they need to pad the lead. At least they'd like to, against Barry Zito. This will be his 100th pitch. 62 of the 99 so far have been strikes. Nomar Garcia-Parra leads off and pops one back here. Nomar 1 for 3. He singled and knocked in a run in the 5th. He struck out in his first 2 at-bats against Zito. Zito's given up 5 hits and 4 walks. He has fanned 7. Nomar has taken some of the worst swings we'll ever see him take against Zito tonight in that curveball. Better swing on that one, and a base hit. Tried to come right back with it, and Zito did not fool Garcia-Parra, who, despite some funky-looking swings tonight, is 2 for 4.
Any battle you have against Barry Zito is going to be very uncomfortable, and certainly one uncomfortable swing. Zito, you can't blame him. You get a bad swing, come back with the same pitch, but this time Nomar wins the battle with the base hit. So Garcia-Parra 2 for 4, 7-game hitting streak, and of course a big RBI back in the 5th inning.
64 at bats after an 0-2 count. And he has 20 hits. Here's Ramirez, 0 for 1 with a fly ball to left and 2 walks. 2 of the 4 Zito walks have gone to Manny, who scored the Red Sox first run in the 2nd. Hits it slowly to short, and they still turn it.
What a turn by Ellis at second base. Tejada just trying to get him the ball as quick as possible because he knows Garcia-Parra is going to be right on top of him. He catches the ball, jumps, and makes the throw to first base to get enough on it to pick up the double play. Of course, Manny not running well. Here comes Nomar in a second. Now watch Ellis leave his feet and then make the throw, jump right over Nomar and get just enough on it to get Ramirez at first base.
It looked like Manny was slowing down as he approached the bag, too.
Manny's not running well. He's got that problem in his arch. That's why he's been DHing most of the time recently.
So 2 outs and the base is now empty, and here's Cliff Floyd. He took a ball inside. Let's watch Manny running down the line. Swing and a miss. Floyd's 1 for 3 tonight. Singled his first time up. Well hit near the foul pole and right, way back and gone. First home run as a member of the Red Sox for Cliff Floyd. In this, his 7th game for Boston. And the Red Sox lead is now 4-1.
Well, tonight should take a little of the pressure off Floyd playing here at Fenway. A couple of hits against a tough left-hander. Picks up his first home run, his first RBI in a Red Sox uniform. And he gets the Baerga hug.
That's the Red Sox first home run of the night. And Zito back with strike 1 to Jason Varitek.
Prior to this year, Floyd was a .311 career hitter against left-handers.
Varitek in the hole, 0-2. Sounded like he might have broken his bat. He was looking at it to see if he did. Jason 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning. He knocked in the first run of the game. That's well hit to center. Terrence Long back in front of the wall to make the catch. Cliff Floyd with his first Red Sox home run. And after 8 innings, the Red Sox lead 4-1. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox Television Network. Here's David Wade at the Fox 25 News Desk with a refreshing fruit culotta from Dunkin' Donuts. And by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Some insurance for the Red Sox, courtesy of Cliff Floyd's first home run in a Boston uniform. 4-1 as we go to the 9th. And the call to the bullpen is brought to you by Nextel Direct Connect. Get right through. Call 1-800-NEXTEL-9. Ugether Urbina on, trying to pick up his 26th save.
25 for 29 in save opportunities this season. He got an inning's worth of work in the game 1 of the series. He's not pitched very much recently. And in the blowout game, they did get Oogie an inning to try to keep him sharp.
Willie Banks warming up. Bob Howry pitched a 1-2-3-8. After 7 innings from the starter, Derek Lowe. Justice first ball swinging, fouls one back. David 0 for 2 with a walk. Justice, Chavez, and Dye coming up. .94-mile-per-hour fastball outside. The attendance here tonight, 33,855. Enjoying a spectacular night and an exciting game. 45th home sellout of the year. 23rd in a row. 2-1 now on Justice. A dribbler foul. Much easier play for the attendant on the left field line that time. Got to admire the hustle, though, Jerry. Even though it's a slow roll, she charged it. Didn't wait for it to stop rolling.
Always trying to keep the pace of the game going.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Just outside with another fastball. Driven to deep right. Nixon retreating at the bullpen wall. It's gone. David Justice lined a 3-2 pitch over the 380 marker in right field. And it's 4-2 on Justice's 7th home run.
And how big does that home run now by Cliff Floyd look? Still, the Red Sox have a 2-run cushion. Oh, line shot by David Justice.
The third baseman.
Pulling Urbina's fastball. Down and in. Left-handers love the ball in that area. And into the Oakland Athletic bullpen.
Eric Chavez took a strike. Oakland needs another runner to get the tying run to the plate. Chavez 0 for 1. Excuse me, 1 for 3. Singled in the 2nd inning. Struck out last time up. All of his at-bats tonight against Derek Lowe. Lowe will be the American League's first 16-game winner if Urbina can protect the lead. The 1-2 pitch. That's lined to deep right. Nixon retreating again, and he makes the running catch on the edge of the warning track. Fortunately for the Red Sox, that was a topspin line drive to help bring the ball down.
You see Veritek come out of his crouch. He wanted a high fastball, but Urbina did not get it quite high enough when he was way ahead in the count. And Chavez makes good, solid, hot contact. But you're right, Sean, a top spinner, and it's going to spin right back down in the glove of Trot Nixon. 2 balls hit very hard this inning off Oogie.
Jermaine Dye, the batter. Swinging a miss for strike 1. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 4-2 Boston, 9th inning. 1 out, the base is empty. 1 run in this inning on the leadoff homer by Justice. Strike 2, 0-2. This is the final meeting of the season between the Red Sox and Oakland. 2 wild card contenders going head to head for the last time. Strike 3, check swing at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. First strikeout for Urbina. The 8th for Red Sox pitchers tonight.
Nasty outside corner, and all Dye could do was check his swing on it. No argument from Jermaine Dye.
Well, it would be silly to say with 50 games left that the Red Sox were in a must-win situation tonight. Obviously, they're not. But this is certainly one they really need to have to change the karma.
A momentum changer against a very good club. one that's going to be in the hunt.
The first pitch to Terrence Long, a ball, and the second one a strike. Long 1 for 3 with a second inning single to right. And this is the last of the 9 head-to-head meetings. The Red Sox lead the season series 5-3, trying to make it 6-3. Long drills one toward the triangle. Damon makes a terrific catch right in front of the 420 marker to end the ball game. They hit some ropes off Urbina in the 9th. But no heroics for Terrence Long tonight. And turnabout is fair play as last night Long ended the game with a terrific catch off the bat of Ramirez. And tonight Damon with a scintillating game ender on Long's long drive to the deepest part of the triangle in center. Final score, the Red Sox 4 and Oakland 2. The totals and more in a moment.
Toyota's
by Southwest Airlines, bringing people together with low fares. By your New England Ford dealers for the best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the planet. Visit your local New England Ford dealers. By Bud Light for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light. By your friendly New England Dodge dealers. Grab life by the horns. Go Dodge. And by your New England Toyota dealer. What makes Toyota the best value? Ask someone who drives one.
One more look at the Johnny Damon play to end this ball game. The ball hit a long way, all the way to the 420 mark by Terrence Long. Of course, Long last night robbing Ramirez of a home run, and Damon tonight robbing Long of extra bases, gets the final out of the ball game. Terrific play by Johnny Damon.
And an important win for the Red Sox as they win at 4-2. Another terrific outing by Derek Lowe, and they took advantage of a couple of opportunities tonight against the very tough lefty Barry Zito.
Yeah, they really did, Sean. This is almost a perfect game for the Red Sox. You know, they got the great starting pitching from Derek Lowe. Howery comes in, gets a good inning. Urbina closes it out. They get some opportunities with men on base, took advantage of that to score the runs against a very, very tough pitcher. And nice to see Cliff Floyd pick up his first home run in a Red Sox uniform.
Red Sox win at 4-2. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox Television Network.
Play of the game is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, and it's the Cliff Floyd home run to give the Red Sox a little bit of insurance in the bottom of the 8th. That followed a double play. His first home run, first RBI as a member of the Red Sox. For the best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the planet, visit your local New England Ford dealer or log on to newenglandford.com.
We'll come back with the total for tonight.
Hitting the ball in the barrel, then no more. I don't want to talk about